What? Wait, I don't think they're ready for this.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice, look nice.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Look at them and it look nice, look nice.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
Here comes the future.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking real nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
Here comes the future.
Happy A-League New Year to fans of Melbourne City and Western Sydney Wanderers. Yes, we may be well into the first month of 2022, but this is our first sighting in the Isuzu A-League men's competition of Melbourne City, the defending champions, and the Western Sydney Wanderers. Nearly 3 weeks since they last kicked a ball in anger. Our two sides in a rescheduled clash go head-to-head at AAMI Park, both looking to bounce back. We're just a couple of moments from kickoff now as we have a look at Patrick Kisnorbo's Melbourne City side. 5 changes from the one that was eliminated scoreless and then on penalties by Wellington Phoenix in midweek. Returning, Matthew Leckie, Jamie McLaren from suspension, Connor Metcalf, Florent Berenguer, and Matthew Leckie, Aidan O'Neill as well, back in the middle of the park for Melbourne City. Still no start for Manuel Pucciarelli. Marco Tilio goes back to the bench as well, where we also find Stefan Kolakowski. But the big news, and an important one for Melbourne City, is the return of Jamie McLaren. He has a fantastic record, particularly against the Western Sydney Wanderers. 7 goals in his last 5 matches against the Wanderers while playing for Melbourne City. 18 in 17, all clubs and seasons combined, Glory, Raw and City. A fantastic record. Looking to stop him then, the Western Sydney Wanderers. There's no Bernie Abini, there's no Tate Russell, there's no Rami Najarine. Those players have all seen a lot of football this season. While on the bench, Tomer Hamed, the top scorer, and Terry Antonis as well. Into the side come Jack Rodwell, the Englishman. Keanu Bacchus is back after a knee injury for the first time this season, and Dimitrios Petratos will also lead the line in attack alongside Keijiro Ogawa, the Japan striker. But fantastic to see Keanu Bacchus back on the pitch. The South African-born midfielder, his 87th appearance for the Western Sydney Wanderers. He's been there since 2016. The Australian Ollie Roux. You can see how excited he is already to be back on the pitch. Excitement is the order of the day for these two sides. It's been a long wait between matches for these two in the Isuzu Ute A-League. And as always, the 3 points are worth as much as ever. Andy Harper.
G'day, Robbie. Happy New Year to you. It's been some hiatus, COVID forced for both teams from A-League men's competition. Melbourne City have had some football through the Cup, as you've reported. Not so Western Sydney. And so I'm expecting the Red and Blacks to actually come out really fresh and really hungry.
Well, they're on the back foot early. You have to be careful. Matt Leckie with that early cross into the danger zone. Adama Traore around the boot. Ball in towards Tracy. Ugarkovic playing a little deeper there. Bacchus and Rodwell playing high up the pitch as well. It'll be interesting to just see how they are lining up, Western Sydney, because they've got a lot of central midfielders on paper out there on the pitch, and a couple of wide midfielders as well, not necessarily a striker. As here's Ugarkovic, Bacchus with Troisi, who lines it up and drills it into the bottom right-hand corner. Barely 4 minutes on the clock, and Western Sydney, after hitting that reset button, are in front here at AAMI Park.
Well, not quite the zipping 4 minutes that I was expecting for Western Sydney. But they got a flyer from James Troisi. Sloppy at the other end of the park just moments ago, but on the Harvey Norman replay, you can see here outside the penalty area with plenty of time, and he just fires away with that left foot. He has a beautiful left foot. The penetration initially from Steve Ugarkovic, no pressure on Troisi, time to receive, turn, set the ball and balance, and there is no saving that. It's a ripper from Troisi, and a good start for the Wanderers.
Important figure in Australian football in history, a former Socceroo. He's been involved recently in the national team setups as well. As that's a fantastic effort off the post from Ogawa, still looking for his first goal in the A-League. And the Japan flyer, he wasn't far away there. Now Galloway. City looking to break forward quickly. It's picked off by Rhys Williams. Straight into the feet of Ogawa again. A little touch, they're in behind them here. Rodwell, and that's two. And Rodwell gets his first goal in A-League football. And they're doing it without the ball, but they're doing it in style. The Western Sydney Wanderers, 2 goals in 8 minutes, and they have stunned Melbourne City here.
Well, stun doesn't really cover it, Robbie. 2 blistering attacks with the ultimate reward. Very positive from Rhys Williams out of the back. And look at the numbers through midfield. Melbourne City just not recovering. Delightful little assist from Dimi Petratos. And we were spoiled by the Ogawa effort that rattled off the bar. What a specky that would have been. But it didn't take long to set fire again, and Jack Rodwell makes it 2. Delightful from Petratos. Rasping finish from Rodwell. It's a brilliant start for the Wanderers.
Turning inside. It's his Socceroo teammate, James Troisi, trying to rob him of possession here. Now Jamieson. Down the left-hand side, dangerous ball in, and Galloway is there, but I think it's an own goal. Dimi Petratos may have had the final touch. Galloway not celebrating. 3 goals in 15 minutes, and the shootout at high noon is on at AAMI Park.
Well, as good as the Wanderers' goals have been in their attacking mentality, they have not shown any ability in 15 minutes to stop the progression of Melbourne City, and the Harvey Norman replay shows what's been coming. It ends up an own goal off Dimi Petratos. But look how deep the delivery. It's the extra midfielders that the defenders make. Jamieson there, feeding the ball wide, and it's just a light blue pylon in front of the Wanderers' goal. And 2-1, this could be anything today. Happy New Year.
Now Leckie with the big switch of play for Naboot. And now Jamieson! Oh, off the underside of the bar. It could so easily have been 2-2. Naboot with the follow-up. And all of a sudden, after bursting into a 2-goal lead, the Western Sydney Wanderers goal is living dangerously. Well, what better way to bury the old demons of 2 penalty misses in midweek than getting on the score sheet here. Now Leckie. Leckie on the charge. Leading Rhys Williams a merry dance, but he did well in the end.
Well, he had Rhys Williams, except that he didn't. And this has been the wonder of Rhys Williams to start this season. Not perfect by his own admission, but certainly standing between the Wanderers and a lot more goal concessions. And as it might have been there, Jamieson fires heartily, reacts to the rebound, and it's the crossbar that denies the City captain.
Jamieson's ball in, the header! And it's Jamie Maclaren who continues his incredible goal-scoring record against Western Sydney. They missed him on Wednesday in the Cup, eliminated from the quarterfinals. Maclaren is back, and we're all square at AAMI Park. Melbourne City 2, Western Sydney Wanderers 2. Maclaren's 3rd of the campaign.
Well, it was the Achilles heel of Western Sydney last year, defending from set pieces, and the Harvey Norman replay is another tale of more contemporary woe. Nicely curled in from Scott Jamieson. but on the 6-yard box, surrounded by red and black shirts and a goalkeeper rooted to the line. It's McLaren who finds the back of the net to level the scores. And a quite remarkable first half here at AAMI Park.
Well, there's no sixth corner of this one for Melbourne City, but they do have the free kick 90 seconds before half-time. He is vocal, isn't he? Never stops. Scott Jamieson.
Well, after doing
more of his teammates as well.
Yeah, for sure. And from the start, we heard him on the effects mic. And let's hope for Thomas Aquilino's sake that his excellent work in reading that double situation to concede that corner is not undone now late in the half with that rash challenge, which provides the free kick for Melbourne City.
Just 20 years of age. Thomas Aquilino doing the marking on Nabbout in the middle. He becomes the second man in the referee's book. Berenguer near post. McLaren was there, and now they have corner number 6 of this first half. A territorial dominance for Melbourne City. Jack Rodwell wanting his teammates. They've already conceded from one set piece. The little touch, and surely. Well, how did Jamie McLaren miss that? He's ended up in the back of the net. The ball went the wrong side of the post.
Well, the only thing saving Western Sydney Wanderers here from a half-time deficit is the post. That's taken. You can see him pulling back his upper body. He sees the post coming. And the instinct for self-preservation, which everyone can understand, is the difference between the Wanderers chasing the game and probably going in at half-time level.
But I'm sure, heading into half-time, Patrick Kisnorbo will be feeling confident and more or less happy, apart from that opening 10 minutes, with what he's seen as well.
Be very disappointed with the sloppiness of the start and sloppy patches in between. Bit of work to do now to keep their goal safe.
Here's Aquilina looking for an option. It comes in the form of Troisi, but it was a difficult one. Now Connor Metcalf bursting forward, and he's fouled by Bacchus. Just a couple of seconds left now. Will there be time for one more chance? But even in the 49th minute, we've seen both sides, that willingness to get forward. It's been positive attacking football. As Berenguer dispossesses Ugarkovic, and there won't be time for one more attack at AAMI Park. But it has been an entertaining first half of football here. Match week 9 of the Isuzu Ute A-League competition. And the defending champions, after a slow start, trailing by 2-0 inside the opening 10 minutes, have clawed it back to 2-2. And at half-time, there is everything still to play for here at AAMI Park. "45 entertaining minutes of football have elapsed. Here's hoping there's 45 more still to come as both sides look to continue this festival of attacking football. Connor Metcalf trying to do just that from the outset. And immediately, right up the other end with Ogawa. He hit the post in the first half. He shoots, it's a great save from Glover, and Roston Griffiths turns it behind. And Andy Harper, we have begun the second half the way we finished the first.
Crazy 20 seconds to start the second half. Western Sydney caught in possession from the kickoff, and Melbourne City, through Connor Metcalf, didn't make the most of their chance. And released brilliantly was Ogawa. It's a good chance on goal too. What a great sight. Excellent, excellent save from Tommy Glover.
As Florent Berenguer, who played most of his career in France with Dijon and Sochaux in the second division. 55 minutes is enough for him today. He's replaced by a young gun in the form of Marco Tilio. We've mentioned it enough. Now looking to snap a 2-game losing streak, the Western Sydney Wanderers. It didn't look like it was all that promising, as here's Tilio on the left foot. What a strike from Marco Tilio. It's like a reversing doors from the first half, where Western Sydney Wanderers taking the game to Melbourne City, but half a chance at the other end. And the home side are in front for the first time this afternoon.
Wow, the rising star of the generation on the Harvey Norman replay. Marco Tilio had mucked up his first 2 possessions, but he more than makes amends. James Troisi style from the first half. Probably the same blade of grass. But he smashes the ball home. What an exciting talent. And what a goal to separate the teams here at AAMI Park.
The journalists writing away in AAMI Park will be leaving a couple more paragraphs in their word count for what's going to happen here. Just as Western Sydney were preparing to make a change with Terry Antonis to come into the game, it looks as though Rhys Williams may have a little problem here. And this would be a big blow.
And it's not an unfamiliar sight, about an hour in. A few occasions this season, Rhys Williams has needed a little bit of help.
Well, they haven't played for nearly 3 weeks. Is it... not sure that's... is it a cramp issue? It's both legs, so yeah. Trying to get the blood moving. Get some oxygen. Some electrolytes into the muscles. What's happening down on the sidelines there, Zappers?
Absolutely, it is cramp. That's the message. He'll be okay to resume. Rhys Williams. Bit of movement on the bench as well for Western Sydney. Looks like Terry Antonis will come on, and Tomer Hemed also being prepared straight after that. So a double change for Labano Halidi. Interesting to look at the positions that Marco Tilio is taking up. You look at the problem that Patrick Kisnorbo has, a good problem. So how does he squeeze in Matthew Leckie, Jamie McLaren, Marco Tilio and Andrew Naboo into this side? So he's playing Tilio as that second strike, if you like, the false 9. He played in that role the other night in the FFA Cup on the Wednesday night, but to no effect. Then they pushed him out to the wing, where he was a lot more effective.
Thanks for that, Zappers. Who was sidelined for the full 120 minutes plus penalty shootout in midweek. And was taking plenty of notes as well as calling the contest. So double change for Western Sydney. Antonis and Hemed coming into the game. That's plenty of experience coming in. And look at this, it's Ogawa with the finish, and the flag has stayed down by the looks of things. Melbourne City can't quite believe it, and Kajiro Ogawa has his first goal in A-League football, and it was all so simple.
Well, Robbie, if there's a sense of strangeness about this goal, it sort of sums up the entire game. Melbourne City can't understand where the space came from. Ogawa really can't believe it either. There he goes, nipping in. It's going to be close to offside. The VAR will be looking at it. It's a good finish in the end. Jamieson immediately raises the hand and appeals. That's almost an automatic reflex action. Good touch, good finish, but is it legal?
Well, the doubt will be on the positioning of Scott Galloway at the top of that first replay we saw. As there's the ball through. What do you make of that one, Andy? Difficult to see the line there.
Yeah, I think the first wide replay we had was the one that cast doubt on it. It's just bizarre, but it's been that type of game. Great to watch. And if the goal stands, it's a fitting reward for both player and team. They've been good in the second half, the Wanderers.
And the goals do indeed keep coming. It's the first. The goal does stand, so Ogawa is on the score sheet in the Isuzu Ute A-League men's competition. It's a day for firsts in this Western Sydney Wanderers side. It's close but the goal is given.
Great finish.
Attacking moves. We might have felt the goal threat would come from Hemed. It came from Ogawa, and it might yet come from Matthew Leckie. Oh, beautifully done. McLaren! Oh, cleared off the line. Adama Traore. Spectacular stuff. How did he do that?
Well, a strange game to match the strangeness of the times. But you can't look away, not for a second. Matthew Leckie strolling through the heart of the defence. Somehow Jamie McLaren doesn't get to it first. Great diligence and perseverance from Adama Traore. Terry Antonis gave himself up too easily in the recovery run.
Ball back in. Oh, what a fantastic save. Leckie. His header denied by Thomas Mejias. Fingertip stuff from the Spaniard.
Good work from the keeper. Good effort from Matt Leckie. Twice inside 30 seconds. He thinks he's broken his duck. Looping header, well dealt with by Mejias.
Now Rhys Williams is down and appears to be in all types of agony out there now. And there is some concern from the opposition side as well.
He's just clutched his hamstring very high up.
Just when he was involved in that tangle, I think, with Jamie McLaren. And he pulled his legs up quickly. And that does not look good for Rhys Williams, who just had a little bit of cramp as well, so his muscles have been tiring. And that looks like, we don't like to be the bearers of doom, but it could be a spell on the sidelines for Rhys Williams by the looks of things. One man's woe is another man's fortune. At 19 years of age, Mark Natta comes on for his first A-League men's appearance of the season. Has featured in cup action. Started against Apia Leichhardt in that infamous match for Western Sydney where they were bundled out, but that is never a nice sight. Troisi's little touch for Hemed. Rodwell back for Troisi. The chance across the face of goal. Ogawa's cut back. Well, Hemed had slipped in the build-up, and that might just have cost them the goal.
Wonderful work with his feet. Not Ogawa. Thomas Glover. Troisi not quite sure here. Is that a pass? It's mishit if it is. And still Glover committed at the near post.
And this will be the last chance. It will have to go into the mix. It's taken quickly. And Adama Traore, well, he has done his job as well today. And it's the final action of what was a pulsating match, for which there is no winner, but probably, thankfully, no loser either. It's finished at Amy Park. Melbourne City 3, Western Sydney Wanderers 3.